started to fall, and where were you? How could I know you were falling too? Grabbing the wind, cutting my skin, but it's hard because I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling, falling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 8 of the podcast. Thank you to Dan for reminding me what episode we're on. This is why we keep him around, but we hope you all had a wonderful break. We had 4th of July, we had All Stars, a lot of great things that were happening. And today I'm joined by some new faces. We've got Finn, who is doing his face reveal for Nemesis. Finn, how are you doing, buddy?
Well, it's not my face reveal, but I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, when did you have your face reveal?
I had my face reveal on the Novice All Star
Oh yeah,
cast.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I forgot about that one. And then we got Sylveon, formerly known as Cream. Sylveon, how you doing? And can you tell us why the name change?
Well, it's because I had the name Cream for like kind of a while, and I got into this mood of Sylveons lately, so I decided to change my name. And some people have been making some jokes about the other name, so
Well, screw those people because I thought Cream was a great name, but Sylveon is a great Pokemon, so I appreciate that. And Dan, the man with the plan, how's it going?
Doing all right, Squirrel. I had a good 4th of July break. Was in the lab a little bit, seeing what rosters would work, see what some roster changes, and also just getting some practice with the team. But other than that, pretty good break overall.
Nice, nice. And for all of you watching, we are recording this on game day because I was
Woo!
drunk last night and couldn't record anything. So thank you for your patience. We've got a cool lineup for you today. We're gonna take you through the All-Star review. We're gonna give you some predictions for the stream matches that are taking place tonight. We got clip of the week, and then we got some questions for you. So hopefully you enjoyed that. And we'll start with our All-Star review. Finn, since you casted it, do you want to tell us what happened in the novice prospect or All Star match?
Yeah, it was a very interesting series between the West and East. The East, they had a very solid start. Everybody thought that they were going to sweep, even though they had an interesting first two games. Actually, one of their players disconnected in the first game, and they didn't ask for a restart, but they ended up winning it. But then all of a sudden, West just came back in the last three games and was able to reverse sweep them. It might be the first reverse sweep in All Star history. We don't know for sure, but it might be.
Yeah, I heard Cool Socks disconnected and they 2v3 and it was pretty epic, and then they just blew it, which is unfortunate. But uh,
Yeah.
moving on to Prospect League, Sylveon, do you want to tell us the results of that one?
dude, the prospect matches were like really close. Like I think it went to game 5, but
Hmm.
like in game 4, I think Alpha's team like they almost had it. Like I think they were in the lead for like the last like 20 seconds. But I think it all resulted in like a double commit, and like the other team came back, and I think sure we took the last one, but it was East.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think Alpha got back to that. Yeah,
yeah. East ended up winning it, and I was happy for that. Two of my Melon boys on there. Um, I guess yeah, two of my Melon boys. So it was exciting. And then heading to Challenger. Dan, do you want to take Challenger, or would you like me to?
You can, cause I'm not really knowledgeable on the All Star games. Unfortunately, I did not watch them. So
Wow, didn't watch the All Star games. Well, Chally was probably the least exciting of the three. It did have Rockerman and Merely, which was cool, but the Chally East ended up sweeping, um, which was to be expected when you have some of the best players in that Eastern Division. And I think Chally East is just stacked in general, but they made sure to hit a really cool shot to end the series. Merely passes it to Rockerman off the backboard, and Rockerman off the backboard redirects it into the goal to end the series in a spectacular fashion. But it was a sweep nonetheless. But then Rival League 4-1 in favor of the West. And do you want to talk about that one, Dan, or do you want me to take that one as well?
I don't know exactly what happened in the game, but I think I heard that everybody changed their name to Rocker Man.
Yeah, I was just about to ask as well. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I saw a little snippet of that where I think it was all of the East team, all of their names were Rocket Man, and they didn't know who was who.
Yeah. In game one, I think everyone was Rocker Man, and then the rest of the series, just the East was Rocker Man. But the East got pooped on, which I can't really say I'm surprised because in the rival league, Hydra is so stacked, Distortion is really good, Knights are really good, and they're all in that Western division. So Crypt, Valence, and I already forgot who the third was, but they couldn't quite keep up.
Larry.
Was it Larry? I would
It
have
was
known that
Larry.
if
I think it was Larry.
I would have known that if his name was Larry instead of Rockerman, but uh, yeah, they just couldn't keep up, and Rival ended up going 4-1, which historically not the case. Usually the East wins that in the All Stars, but it is what it is. And then Krakens, well, I say Krakens, Luca in Titan League, basically dominating the Titan League All Star match. They sweep as well, 3-0 for the East. Zen, Luca, and One Tap Steph pretty much put on a clinic. Bubbly tried his best, but couldn't quite get it. And Bubbly got a lot of shout outs, which is nice to see. But I just want to ask y'all, did y'all enjoy the break and the All Star events that were happening?
Yeah, sure. I very much enjoyed it. Even though I didn't necessarily watch it, I still think it's more of like a relaxer mid-season. Well, a little bit later than the mid-season point, just to give mostly teams a reset button because it's go time from here on out. There's 6 games left, and it's make or break.
Yeah. What about you, Finn? Did you enjoy the break and the All Star events?
I didn't really have an eventful break, especially on the fourth, but it was pretty nice just to have a refreshing week. Didn't have to focus on Rocket League all that much. The All Star games were pretty fun to watch, but yeah, other than that, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. What about you, Sylveon? How was your break?
It's pretty good. I went to a festival, but since it was like the hottest day of the year, I got a really bad sunburn.
Oof.
Other than that, it's just like me staying at home, playing a lot of six mans, just like
Mhm.
chilling.
Yeah, and I was glad that we kind of had 2 different days of All Star things going on. We had like show matches on Wednesday, and then the All Stars on Saturday, where it's not everything just crammed into one day. It was nice, and you got to see like a Titan rematch from last season. That was exciting. And then on Saturday, you had the All Star matches themselves and the GM showcase, which is always fun. Dan, I don't know if you've ever played in one, but if you ever get the chance, you should because it's crazy and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, fortunately, I was not able to play in it, but I will one day, you know. I mean, 3 seasons in now, and I still haven't played in one, so we'll see.
How is the back-to-back GM of the season not playing in the showcase?
Sucks that I mean, I know I'm not the best. I'm just only in prospect, and I'm not mechanical either. So, I mean, not to say I have the skill to be, good enough, but it's not good. It's like I'm not losing like the GM of the season. Hey, I'm trying to go for a three-peat. So,
It's true.
even though it doesn't really mean anything for the GM showcase, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, now we're going to transition over to uh, the matches that are going to be played on stream today because we are recording it the day of. We have that information. Finn, would you like to tell us about who's playing first on stream?
I believe it is Novice League, and it's between Frost and Whelps, which that will be a very interesting match as we have Whelps who have been pretty solid all up until recently, and they're 10-2, sorry. But Frost, they've been pretty solid in the second half of the season. I know Dan here, he's excited for this because he's got his team playing. And they've been making some moves recently, trying to fix up some issues to make a solid team to go into playoffs and hopefully win.
Yeah. Do you have a prediction for that one?
Um, I'm gonna give it to Frost here. Whelps are a very solid team, but sometimes I've played against them, and sometimes they make some very easy mistakes to counter. And I feel like Frost will be able to just easily take over and have strong positioning to be able to beat them.
Very nice. What about you, Sylveon? You got a prediction for the Frost Whelps novice game?
I believe that Whelps are gonna take it 3-2 because even though Frost got a new roster with music inside, I'm not sure if they're actually gonna have the time to get used to that roster just in like one day because I think music just joined like yesterday. And I know Jeff Masters is just insane overall. Same with Grebs and Mr. Marino.
Yeah. So you're thinking Whelps taking it?
Yeah. Frost could get some games. I mean, Music is actually a really good player overall. Same with Kari is insane. This would actually be a really close one, but I'm going with Phelps here.
I respect it. And Dan, I know it's your org, but you know, if there's ever a time to be biased, it's now because Frost is having a great second half of their season. So what's your prediction on this one?
Well, I'm gonna have to go with my boys on Frost, and I actually have a fun fact for you guys. In Frost's last 7 games, they've lost one. It was game 5. Other than that, they swept every single series.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that is impressive. Um, I know in Prospect League, Melons have won 10 straight, and they're still not they were still third on power rankings last time, and I was like, I don't get it. But I don't think they quite realize that some of these teams that are going on streaks, Frost is sweeping everyone, is huge. And I think Frost is actually going to take this one as well because I actually got to scrim against the Whelps, and I know their weakness, and I'll share that with everyone right now. They really struggle with bumps and demos, and Mr. Marino, if you can bump him in the Batmobile, it really throws them off. And Mr. Marino is an animal on both sides of the ball, and if you can just take him out, it kind of throws everyone off. And I feel like Frost is really gonna just be annoying in the net, demoing people, bumping them, stealing boost, and if they win, it'll probably be 3-2 just because Whelps don't really go down that easily.
Yeah, and another weakness, as I said, I played against them. Another weakness, I'll say it because why not? They like to triple commit a lot. Actually, is what I've seen. Is they all just push up, and if you get a big bang, like especially onto their net, it might end up being a free goal.
Yeah, so Dan, you make sure you relay that and
Oh, we've already done our research.
yeah. And now second match of the night. Dan, you want to tell us about that one?
Yeah, it's me. Yeah,
It's you.
Flurry versus the Wyverns. I know Wyverns are 6-6 right now as the 4 seed, and us as Flurry we're 4-8 as the 12 seed,
13.
13.
13 seed. Um, our season isn't over yet. We know we're not gonna make playoffs as of just regular season. So our goal is to win tonight and go into the play-ins. We're still kind of using a new roster with me, Magic, and Parallax on that side of things. We played last night. We were clicking pretty good, so we'll see what happens today. But for the Wyverns, let's see if C Money plays, the man, the myth, the legend.
And what's your prediction for that one, Dan?
Uh I honestly depends on if C Money plays or not. Because I mean, no offense to you, C Money, I don't think he's necessarily the best player. So I think Flurry takes it in 4.
Okay. Respectable, respectable. Finn, what about you? Prediction?
I haven't really seen many prospect teams play. Um, this is a hard one. I think the underdogs might win. I'll give the Flurry a 3-2 victory here.
Mm-hmm. Sylveon?
Just
I think Flurry is a better team than they were at the start, and I think Flurry is going to take it probably in 4 or 5 games, just because Parallax is overall a solid player. Dan just coming out and just joining the roster, like fixing that. I think they were 1-6, and now they're 4-8, which is a good improvement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I didn't mean to cut you off, Finn, if there was some.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
But I was gonna say like Wyverns might be the 4th seed, but they have a worse record than the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th seed. So this one's actually going to be a lot closer than it looks on paper. Like on paper, you see 4th seed versus 13th seed, and you think, oh, that's just a blowout. 4th seed's going to win. But if we were going based purely off record, that 4th seed would actually be tied for like the 11th seed or the 10th seed in that range, which 10 and 11 to 13 is not that big of a gap. And I think Flurry can close that gap. And if they win this match, they're actually going to be one match behind, depending on the Velocity Origin series. They'll be one match behind that like 9-10 spot if Flurry can win it. So um, I'm still going to give the prediction to Wyverns. I'm going to say 3-2, but Flurry's going to play their heart out because I think this is a must win for them.
And I do know that Velocity's in the same division as Wyverns, so if Velocity wins and Wyverns lose, Velocity jumps all the way up to 4.
Yeah, from 9 to 4, which is crazy. And now Sylveon, do you want to give us a little rundown of our last match of the night?
So the last match is going to be the Blackhawks against the Warhawks. Blackhawks currently 3rd seed, 8-4 at the moment, while Warhawks are in this in playing position at 7th seed, 7-5. I believe that the Blackhawks are going to take this one in 4 games. I think Warhawks might get one just because of how good Ice Griff's defense is, and same with Glaze, because I've played with Glaze before, and he barely whiffs. He always knows where to put the ball. But I think Sanitario, I believe his peak is like almost at 1600. I think I was
Jeez.
told. And then Alpha's a solid player. Eternal is pretty good too. Might see Sage in there. I'm not sure who they usually play, but I think Blackhawks might take this 3-1.
Okay, Finn.
Uh, I'm not a GM, but Blackhawks are a part of my org, so I've got a little bias here. I've got to give the Blackhawks a 3-0 sweep.
Wow.
But like looking at it a little more, I know Glaze and Icegriff, they're both solid players. Icegriff was in Dan's org in season 5. I don't know about season 6 because I wasn't here, but I know Alpha, Centario, Sage is probably their sub. I don't know for sure, but they're all 3 solid players that I've seen play, and I think that they're just gonna have an easy 3-0 sweep.
Okay. Dan.
See, this is hard for me because 5 players out of both these rosters have been in my org,
Wow.
and they have proven to be very good.
Mm-hmm.
So all of them are experienced in playoffs. They all know everything. Stream nerves are out the window. I guarantee you they don't have any of those because they're used to the pressure. But I honestly think the Blackhawks are going to edge out in 5.
See, I can see both sides of it. Um, Blackhawks and Warhawks, 3 seed versus 7 seed. There's only one match difference in the record of these two teams. And I think it could go either way, which is why I'm going to go the opposite of Dan, and I'm going to go 3-2 Warhawks winning it. Because, they're just so close, and anything can happen. And Warhawks, they're going to want this win, I think, more than the Blackhawks, because a win for the Warhawks could bump them up into the playoff position, depending on the result of the Minotaurs, who I think they're still playing without Rogues, so we'll see how that goes. But Warhawks,
Team
they're
call.
they're gonna want it. They're gonna come out shooting hot, and I think they'll take it in 5.
And as you're talking about that, Hypernova and Blackhawks are in the same division, and if Hypernova wins here and Blackhawks lose, that might flip those two and put Hypernova in the playoff position and Blackhawks in the play-in position.
Yep, depending on the tiebreaker there.
Yeah.
It's possible, which would be crazy. That's what I love about the end of the season. Um, so many things can change, and like you might think you're good, but then this team beats that team, and the other team had a tiebreaker over you, and you were good, but now you're not good anymore, and a lot of crazy things are going to be happening, which is why everyone watching this video should tune into the stream, because it should be exciting, and in every league there's potential for a lot of shakeup. I know like there's 3 teams that are currently sitting out of playoffs in rival league that, depending on the results of this week and the division games coming up in a few weeks, uh, those 11, 12, 13 seeds could all like change and it go crazy. But Titan League probably in a similar boat. It's a little more normal than the other leagues, but like Dan and I mentioned on the last podcast, a lot of those lower seeds may be better than some of those higher seeds going into this stuff. So, does anyone have any final remarks on the stream matches, or maybe another match that they want to look forward to?
I honestly think that tonight will be a proving ground for some teams, especially because it's coming out of a break. It proves it's going to show to people who has played over break and who hasn't.
Hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. Finn, do you have any closing
Uh,
thoughts?
I know I'm excited for my game tonight, hoping for a win, because that would help a lot. But other than that, not really.
Sylveon, thoughts?
Um, I'm just gonna say it's gonna be a big night for Dan.
Yeah, yeah. Dan with 2 stream games gonna be huge. Hopefully Dan's teams can pull that one off, and I'm excited for the stream. I'm streaming it, which is gonna suck. You just kind of sit there for 2 hours and hope things don't break. But I'm excited for it, and I think it's gonna be exciting. And I hate cat streaming exciting games because chances are they're gonna go to game 5, and it's just gonna make it that much longer. But
Heavy.
what?
For the content.
Yeah, and you get a front row viewing seat.
Yep, I get to see it firsthand, which is gonna be great because like, you know, the my novice team not looking too hot, but my prospect team looking really good, and I'm excited to see these firsthand so that I can take some notes and share those with the Melon boys because they're gonna see these teams in the playoffs, and one way or another, it's gonna be exciting. So, and speaking of exciting, are y'all ready for clip of the week?
I am ready.
All right, I'm gonna roll this clip for everybody. Sweet. It was a short clip, but it was a clip nonetheless. I'm sorry that there's a black border around it. I struggled with the editing and the stretching of that one, so take it as it is. But that was Grav hitting an amazing clip. He posted that one in clips this morning, and I was like, oh my goodness, the guy just came off the ceiling and redirected that one in net, and that was insane. Um, and I want to just remind everyone that if you have a clip that you want to submit, either send it to me, send it to Dan, throw it in the clips channel. We go through and we look, we try to find a good clip. Finn was trying to get us to put an air dribble of his on there, or him dunking heck, but sorry, Finn. I think Grav beat you out this week.
Yeah, it's okay. His clip was pretty good as well.
Yeah, and then uh, to wrap things up today, we're gonna answer a question. The question is from North. Dan, do you want to read that one?
Sure, I'll take a read on that one, if I can ever scroll to it. What would you consider the most historic Nemesis moments? Followed by our personal favorite Nemesis moments. Squirrel, I'll let you answer that first.
You'll let me start.
I'll let you start.
All right, so the most like historic Nemesis moment, probably when Seabiscuit like got the undefeated season, and then when he went on like a 30-something win streak in Nemesis, which is absolutely crazy. I think that is one of the most historic moments in Nemesis. But one of my personal favorite moments that has ever happened was there was a group of people watching a stream game in a VC, and it was like Game 5 OT, and I want to say it was like Snazzy or someone hits like a double touch, and the whole VC is going crazy. I think Chipmunk has a clip of it, and I think that's like one of my favorite moments ever in Nemesis.
I've seen that clip as well. I know what you're talking about. That's a pretty cool moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what about you, Finn? What do you consider the most historic?
I don't know. I haven't really been here that long, so I don't really think that I can answer the most historic moment. Because I don't have enough experience, especially in other leagues. So,
Hmm.
but for my personal favorite, Dan might make fun of me for this, but it's going to the grand finals. Sadly, did lose in Game 7 to Dan's org. He's brought it up many times, but it was still a very fun day and fun moment.
Look, if there's anyone that knows what it feels like to lose in the grand finals, it's me. I've lost 2 Game 7s, and I got absolutely crapped on last season, so trust me, I understand. But yeah, those are always good moments. Win or lose, just making it there feels good. But what about you,
Mhm.
Sylveon? You got a favorite, or most historic and a favorite moment?
I think it's like the season 6 finals of Novice. I know it's Novice, but it- seeing like Rilo, North, and Jorbage take down like Sanitario and like Ibonic, it's just like in Game 7, it's like the most hyped up moment for like the Novice like league, I think,
Yeah.
ever in Nemesis history.
Is that also your favorite?
I wouldn't say that was my favorite. I think my favorite moments of I think it was the Prospect, the Origin versus Velocity last season,
Hmm.
where Oinko got the Game 7 win.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I remember talking about it, talking about how Oinko literally sits and watches rival scrims all day and just always grinding, trying to get better, and it definitely paid off. But Dan, you asked the question, so I'm going to throw it back to you. What is, in your opinion, is the most historic, and what was your favorite moment?
Well, I could say this because I was actually here when it happened. The Drake's perfect season.
Hmm.
That was amazing to watch, especially just sweep the whole season. Not a loss at all. Won the grand finals. Went on their merry way.
Hmm.
My favorite has to be in season 5 grand finals. Blizzard beating Pinnacle in 7. Because Pinnacle, everybody's like, Pinnacle's going to win. They're the best team all season. And then next thing you know, I mean, this might be a little biased. Blizzard comes in and beats Pinnacle in 7. So, I mean, a little biased, but hey, that's my favorite moment.
You know what? I'm gonna change my favorite moment. Since you're biased, I'll be a little bit biased. My favorite moment was the Pineapples reverse sweeping the
Oh
Mafiosos,
my
the
god.
first ever Game 7 reverse sweep. I had COVID, so after I lost 3 games, I subbed myself out. I was like, look, I'm not feeling it. Lancer come in. Lancer Beast helped get the reverse sweep. And none of those mafioso players have ever been the same since. I think they might have all quit the game because of that. But that was a favorite, and I remember the comms afterwards were so hype. It was quite exciting.
I
What
But
did you guys?
remember.
huh?
Oh,
Were
What
you
were you
gonna
gonna
uh,
say something again?
No.
yeah, I bet JD at the very beginning of the season that Pineapples weren't making the grand final. Well, winning it all.
Right.
We bet $100, and I was scared, especially when you guys won. But luckily, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
Pineapples lost. So I got $100 from JD. So that was very happy.
Yeah. Luckily, we played a team full of 1700s in the grand finals. So, and I had Merely on my team who went to Challenger, and then me who had COVID, and Valence who he's been struggling ever since that peak he had in season 2. But hey, we still made it, and I was happy with it. And I'm hoping we get some merch that says like 3-time grand final choker across the shirt, and I would totally buy it.
I remember watching. I think I was in spectating or just some VC. That was in season 5. I remember watching that stream with everybody, and the Discord channel was just going crazy when Sir Lan. His name's Sir Lancelot, right?
Just Lancer.
Or or Lancer. I couldn't remember. But I just all I can remember is the VC was just going crazy when you guys started coming back and pulling off that reverse sweep.
Hmm. Yeah, I wish that like the worst part about being a streamer is I can't just sit in those VCs and hear them, because some of the hypest moments happen in those VCs, like when someone has an epic comeback or when that amazing double touch was hit, and the VC just goes crazy, and I love being around that type of energy. Um, but I just want to say, North, thank you for the question. It was a good one. Always fun to reminisce a little bit. And Dan, Ben, Sylveon, I want to say thank y'all for joining us. We've hit the 30-minute mark. It's a good episode. Got to get this one rendered and recorded so that we can send this one out today before the matches happen. So thank y'all for joining me. Always great, and it was nice to have some people other than just me and Dan.
It was very nice to not have just me and you, Squirrel, for a change. I mean, I love you, Squirrel, but I mean, new faces help every now and again.
Yeah. So, Sylveon, Finn, thank you all for joining us, and thank you all for watching. We hope you have a wonderful day. Make sure you tune into the stream. It's supposed to be exciting. Hopefully, a lot of content, a lot of Game 5s, and hopefully, we get some clips hit so that people can submit them to our clip of the week. If you have any questions, make sure you submit those to the form. I'll probably link that in News Misc at some point again. But please submit questions. Please submit clips. We love showing your content on stream or on the podcast. We thank you. We all hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll be seeing you next week.